Today we're going to start in a seated position. So you're ready to come to your mat. Go ahead and grab it. And find yourself a comfortable cross-legged seat. And sitting up tall. Relaxing your palms face up on your hands or your knees. Or your knees or your thighs. And go ahead and close your eyes, relaxing through your neck and your shoulders. Relaxing through your forehead and your jaw. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose induces relaxation throughout the body. Today we're going to revolve our practice and our meditation around finding the calm in the storm. Whatever that means to you, but I was thinking thoughts and emotions. Our emotions and our thoughts are like the weather. They are sometimes pleasant, sometimes unpleasant, always changing. We can do little to control them directly, and are wise not to try. And after the occasional inevitable storm has passed, we only need to quietly watch as the clouds dissipate on their own without any help from us. Throughout your meditation today, reflect on those words. Notice how your emotions are maybe playing into your decisions, affecting your thoughts. Acknowledge them and let that go. Because like the reading said, why control them? Just let them be. On your next inhale, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and open your eyes if you choose. Exhale, arms down to the sides. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Mindfully transition from your seated position onto your hands and knees, tabletop. I want your wrists to be stacked underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Nice firm foundation. Spread your fingers out wide, pulling your navel back towards your spine. Just take a couple breaths here. Settling in, making sure you're in a comfortable, firm foundation. Inhale, make sure your belly's pulled back towards your spine. Lift your hips. Open up your chest, dropping your belly down towards the mat. Exhale, round through the spine, bringing the head to rest in between your arms. Inhale, bring the belly down towards the mat, lifting the hips, opening up the chest. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Do two more at your own pace. And we'll meet back here in neutral tabletop. We're going to extend the right arm and the left leg. Balance here for just a moment. And draw your knee to an elbow together at center. Inhale, go ahead and reach them back out. Exhale, draw them in together at center. Inhale, stretch them back out. Inhale, meet at the middle. And stretch them back out. And go ahead and set your hand and your knee back onto the mat. Move to the other side, left arm extended out, right leg extended. Toes are pointing towards the mat. Hold here. Engaging the glutes and the thighs, lifting that back leg. And draw your knee and elbow together at center. Inhale, extend them back out. Exhale, draw them in together. Inhale, extend them back out. Draw them in together. Extend them back out. And then go ahead and set your hand and your knee back down to the mat. And sit back in child's pose. You can have your knees together or wide as the mat. It's up to you. Bringing your forehead to the mat, relaxing through the neck and the shoulders. Pushing your hips back to the heels of your feet. Deep, relaxing breaths, filling the back full of air. Allowing your emotions to flow in and be released out. Inhale, rise up onto your hands and knees once again. Coming back into that firm foundation, looking straight down at your mat, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears, pulling your navel back towards your spine. Inhale, bring your belly down towards the mat, lifting the hips, opening up the chest. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to neutral tabletop. Curl your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips. Coming into downward facing dog. You can have your knees straight or they can be a little bit bent. The goal is to have the heels of your feet onto the mat. But that does take some time to get the hamstrings stretched out. So if you can't do it, don't worry. It'll come. Relax through the neck and the shoulders. Anytime you're in downward facing dog, you can pedal out your feet, stretching one hamstring at a time. Take it slow so you do feel the stretch. Give the body a moment to sink into that. And then go to the other side. In yoga, it's not always about the pose. It's about the mind and letting things go. Feeling better about, life, emotions, thoughts. Getting into our heads and also out of our heads all at the same time. What I find is important is alignment. So I want to make sure you guys are aligned properly. Always lengthening your spine, drawing your shoulders back and down away from your ears. On your next inhale, step your left or your right foot in between your hands. Plant your back foot onto the mat. It's going to be slightly angled at about a 45-degree angle. You're going to lengthen your spine, draw your shoulders down and away from your ears. Engaging your abs. Lift your chest. Sink down into that front knee. Eventually creating a 90-degree angle at the bent knee. Inhale, arms up. Warrior one. Hips should be pointing towards the top of your mat. Relaxing through the neck and the shoulders. Relaxing through the forehead, cheeks, jawbone. Inhale, reach up tall, opening up the front body. Exhale, fold forward. Go ahead and rotate that back foot so you're up on your toes and on the ball of your foot. And sink down a little bit further into that hip. High lunge. Set the back knee down onto the mat. Uncurl the toes. Coming into a low lunge. Making sure your knee is stacked over your ankle. Bring your hands to the inside of your foot. Both hands are inside your foot. Walk your foot out towards the edge of the mat. Allow your knee to fall out and open up. Deep stretch. You can stay here on your hands. If you need a little bit deeper of a stretch, go ahead and come down to your forearms. Allowing that knee to fall out to the outer part of your mat. Deep breaths, relaxing into it. Your next inhale, come up onto your hands. Walk that foot back towards center. Again, frame your foot with your hands. Coming into that low lunge. Lengthening your spine, drawing the shoulders back and down. Curl your back toes, lift your knee off the mat, coming back into runner's lunge. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Allowing your head to hang in between your arms, spreading the fingers out wide. On your next inhale, step your left foot in between your hands. And if you can't completely step your left foot in between your hands, take either of your feet, this is always a good tip, take your same hand as that on the same side, and then just help step it and walk it through. And then bring your hand back down. Sink down into that lunge, runner's lunge. Plant that back foot down onto the mat. Engage your abs, lift your chest. Coming into warrior one, making sure your hips are pointing towards the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink down into that front knee. Engaging the thighs, glutes, the hips. Relaxing through the neck and the shoulders. Inhale, stretch up tall. Exhale, engage your abs. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Rotate that back foot so it's back into the runner's lunge position, up on the toes and the ball of the foot. Go ahead and set your knee, your back knee down to the mat, uncurl your toes. Sinking a little bit deeper. Just deep stretch here. Lengthening the shoulder, lengthening the spine. You should be one long line from tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. Shoulders should be down away from your ears. And also back. We don't want you rounding through the back. We want your back to be flat. We're also working on posture when we do yoga. Retraining the body to be proper position. Bring your left hand to the inside of your foot. Walk your left foot to the edge of the mat. Allow your knee to fall out. And opening up the hip a little bit further. On your next inhale, if you need a deeper stretch, come back, come down to the forearms. Again, allowing that knee to fall a little bit further out. Back up on your hands. Now walk your foot back towards the center. Reframe your foot with your hands. Curl your back toes. Lift your knee, coming back into the runner's lunge. Hold there just for a moment. And then step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Deep, relaxing breaths. Set your knees down to the mat. Uncurl your toes. Sit back in child's pose. If you did your knees wide, maybe bring them together just to feel the different stretch. Or if you had your knees together the first time, widen them out. Always breathing deep in through your nose, out through your nose. On your next inhale, walk your hands back towards your knees, lifting your chest so that you're sitting on the heels of your feet. Inhale, reach up tall, bringing your belly back towards your spine. Exhale, arms down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to the mat. Mindfully sweep your feet out from underneath of you. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Sitting up tall on your sits bones. Your sits bones are the bony parts of your butt. So if you rock back and forth, you're going to feel them. Drawing your shoulders down away from your ears, keeping a flat back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. We have our 10 toes pointing towards the top, towards the ceiling. Our back is flat, lengthened. One long line from tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. Shoulders are back and down. We're not rounding through the back. We're not rounding through the shoulders. Nice flat back. Folding only as deep as your body will allow. Inhale, sit up slightly, taking a deep breath. Exhale, see if you can fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back up to a seated position. Exhale, release any tension you created in the shoulders. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Slide your hips towards your heels. Center yourself on your mat. Engaging your abs. You're going to sit back slightly. Lift your feet off the mat. You can bring them halfway up. Your arms are just kind of floating here beside your legs. You can have them halfway up here, or you can extend them out, straightening them, coming into a full boat pose. Engaging the abs. Inhale and set your feet down to the mat. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest. On your next inhale, roll back to the mat, bringing your shoulders all the way down to relax. Relaxing your arms beside you. Engage the abs. So pull your navel back towards your spine. Lift your feet towards the ceiling, extending the legs, straightening them out. Inhale, draw your knees, bend at the knees, draw your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your knees, rock side to side. On your next inhale, set your feet down to the mat. Exhale, relax your low back. Relax your arms beside you. Let's do palms face up. Extend your right leg out. And extend your left leg out. Relax through the ankles so your feet fall to the sides. Relaxing through the thighs, the hips, the glutes, low back, upper back, all the way through. Relax as much of your body down to the mat as you can. Close your eyes. Taking a deep breath in, filling your belly full of air, then your ribs, and your chest. Pause at the top. And exhale slowly, emptying the chest, emptying the ribs, and completely emptying out the belly. Inhale, deep breath. Continuing with deep breaths on your own. Coming into a deep, relaxing state. Maybe you feel your body become heavy as if it's melting into your mat. Continue taking deep, relaxing breaths. Or if you're at the very relaxed state, go ahead and bring your breathing to a neutral state. And relax here just for a few minutes. Most of us would not try to wrestle a live alligator, and we would not try to play chicken in moving traffic. We would never get into a rowboat and steer in toward a hurricane. And yet, we readily plunge into the storms of negative thoughts when they arise, thinking in vain that we can manage them and make them conform to our wills. You may think the analogy is not apt because, after all, thoughts occur inside our own heads. Our thoughts, you might think, are the very contents of ourselves. And yet they come and go as they like. And we are not very adept at controlling them. The trick of meditation, if there is a trick, is to regard thoughts as something external like the weather or like a passing crowd. No matter what happens, avoid identifying with the thoughts. Regard them as out there, not in here. You might pretend the thoughts are like the weather, or like a birthday party full of spoiled, screaming 3-year-olds. You can watch the kids, but you don't need to get into the ball pit. As long as you think you can control your thoughts, you will have no rest. As soon as you just let them do their thing, you will begin to have peace. Relax here for a few minutes longer and see what arises for you today as you sit silently. Whether the thoughts are angry or passionate, trivial or profound, just let them come and go. If you make a mistake and find yourself trying to wrestle them, gently move yourself back into the mode of listening and observation. On your next inhale, start to bring your awareness back to the room. Feel free to get slow movements throughout your body, gently waking your body back up. On your next inhale, roll to your right side using your forearms as a pillow. Keeping your eyes closed, staying in a relaxed state. Continuing to observe breath in and out. Slowly push yourself up into a seated position, crossing your legs the opposite way you crossed them when we first started. Sit up tall, relaxing through the neck and the shoulders. Relax your palms face up on your knees or your thighs. And taking a couple deep, relaxing breaths. Allowing your body a moment to adjust to the movement and adjust to waking back up, coming out of a relaxed state. Inhale, draw your hands into prayer at heart center. Exhale, dip your chin towards your chest. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to the mat today. Allowing yourself time to let go of the thoughts and the emotions going on inside of you. Allowing yourself time to smooth out the jagged edges in your mind, your body, and your soul. Slowly blink your eyes open, looking down at your mat. Lift your gaze forward. Thank you for joining me today. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little bit of meditative yoga. And go about your rest of your day in a calm state. We'll see you again soon. Bye.